Fanboys and felons, welcome back to another ALS video. As you can see at the bottom here, I kind of skipped everything. It's just because I don't care about this update, I'm not gonna lie. Fully was expecting a fully fledged SAO update. That's not what we got, so I kind of just grinded everything and decided, you know what, I'll just do the showcase part. If you've been living under a rock, it says here we got 16 total units. It's just evolutions and stuff, but in reality, it's just these 5 down here. We got 8 extreme boosts, and then the tournament and a raid, I'm pretty sure. But this is the main thing. You complete stages, you get these clover things, which then you could go here into trades. You sell your clovers, and then you also have quests that give you more clovers, yada yada, and then you spin this wheel, kind of like the daily wheel, but it's like a leprechaun that spawns. I believe it's like every 15 minutes, and then there's like a wheel where you can get like the leprechaun capsules, which I don't even know if I have any. I don't. But yeah, that's how you get the leaf fairy, Leafa. I'm not gonna lie, no one here has their skill trees done, simply because I don't really care about them. I think only Kyito is good, but I'm just gonna go ahead and get to the showcase part, because yeah, I'm more excited, you know, for the hey, hold on, run it back. Okay, so the leprechaun spawn, this is what I was talking about. So yeah, leprechaun, and then you can get all these stuff, all this stuff I mean, and then you can spin. Essence selector is actually pretty good, I'll take that. But you can get the capsules, which then you can use to get Leafa. Yeah, I was gonna say I'm more excited for the Fire Force update that's coming up, so let's actually showcase these units on the map. Low-key, I'm sick again. I'm so done with this. I've been sick a week, I've been fine the next, and I've been sick the next week. I've been fine and then sick again. I literally can't win, bro. Which is another reason why I wasn't too motivated to even record that first part of the video. But let's go ahead and get my idol maxed out first. As I'm sitting here recording this, I just finished editing the Blue Lock update video. This sickness just has me like demotivated to do anything. I really want to get back to uploading a video every 4 days, but it's really hard when you can barely even speak and you're just coughing constantly. I just want to be normal, bro. So idols all leveled up, so let's go ahead and start with this guy. I have no idea where he's from, frankly, but let's go ahead and check out his first attack. Okay, so he kind of just moves up and then starts slashing. So he is a 750 nature unit. He's also ground on placement with a circle. He gains blade run at upgrade 4, which becomes a lion, and now he's actually a hybrid, so that's actually kind of nice, super quick. Looks like this attack is just him, you know, he kind of rushes and starts spinning, I believe. No, okay, it kind of looks like a spin, but his actual character model doesn't spin. And then we have axe sword slash, which then becomes a cone, and that's actually where he ends off at. So 247 million every 8.31 seconds. Let's check that animation too. Okay, that's just, he moves, and it's pretty much the same thing for everything. He does gain tracing, which switch between 3 modes: knife, sword, and berserk. Okay. And then he has universal mode. The knowledge of the former red servant has passed down to this unit. Gain 15% damage and range. Okay, interesting. So let's go ahead and try the sword one. Okay, interesting. So I believe now he turned into a bleed unit. Change base stats to damage 450,000. No, 450 mil. Alright, hold on, bro. 4.5 million, I'm pretty sure. SPA to 10, gain bleed effect, change range to 45. Each hit, up to 5 hits, cause enemies to take 2.5% more damage from all bleed sources with a cap of 10%. Then he does gain unlimited swords, which I believe, okay, set unit SPA to 4 and add random effect for 100 seconds. Okay, interesting. Huh. So 149 million, and then he's doing bleed, and he's also inflicting random. Okay. I don't think I can switch between modes, so I believe I need to sell him. Oh, he's unsellable. Oh my god. Okay, it's gonna be one of these. Let's go ahead and move on to Leafa. I'll check the other modes later. So Leafa on placement, she has 1 passive. She's also 500 nature unit. The Art of Concealment. This unit marks units with 30% of this unit's current range with a concealment title. This title grants units a 5% dodge chance for stuns. For every unit marked with concealment, increases dodge chance by 5% with a cap of 25. For every unit that is marked with concealment, decrease all units marked SPA by 2% with a cap of 10. So she starts off with a circle, very, very small range. And then she gains a bigger circle, and that's where she ends off at. So 27. And she's doing 81.1 million damage, and she's inflicting Wind Shear, which is a new ability, actually. Buffs all bleed sources by 15% while this status effect is active. Increase the damage of nature unit elements by 5%. Okay, so you definitely want to run her with nature units. She does gain the Art of Kenjutsu, increase the element buff of Wind Shear by 5% for every nature unit in range with a cap of 25. For sure, yeah, you want to run her with, she's definitely going to be a cavern unit. Not doing the craziest damage, but again, a support unit, nevertheless, so she's doing something. She is buffing this guy by a little bit, so there's that. Overall, not horrible. She could have her uses, I think. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe I'm coping. Let's move on to Urada here. She is a 850 fire placement unit, doing 837k with bleed damage, 1.16 million. So Dance of the Kenpachi. Every attack Urahara deals, oh my god, inflicts style mark on enemies, max stack of 3 per enemies. When the enemies receive 3 stacks, apply Overwhelmed, causing enemies to take 25% more bleed damage for 10 seconds, and their movement speed is reduced by 20% for 15 seconds. Enemies which die with Overwhelmed increases the unit's damage by 1% with a cap of 10. And then Bloodbath, she reduces her own SPA by 1% per enemy in range with a cap of 15, and increases the effectiveness of all bleed, hemorrhage, and mutilate damage by 2% per enemy in range with a cap of 30. Holy crap, okay. That was a lot, but I assume she's really good. Okay, so circle and then full AoE, I love it. Thank you. Oh my god. 200 million with 280 million bleed damage. Again, none of these have skill tree. Just keep that in mind. Everyone is just raw dogging shit with just their traits. So there's a reason why she seems pretty up in the tier list, actually. Okay. Wow. Effectiveness of, dang, that's crazy. Cap of 30%. Okay. That's gonna be really, really useful for sure. Move on to the main guy here. So let's move on to Kyito. Actually, he's placed back there. There we go. So Kyito, he's an 800 light unit. He is also hybrid on placement. Super nice. Cone. He has, okay, 3 passives on placement. So the Star King, this unit deals an additional 100% damage to dark enemies. So that's 400% total. Deals 150% damage to water enemies and deals 20% more damage to all other elements. So that's actually super nice. Every 5 wave, this unit's range is increased by 2% with a cap of 30, and SPA is reduced by 1% with a cap of 10. The Black Swordsman, every 5 attacks gain 4% more crit rate with a cap of 40, and 2% more crit damage with a cap of 40. If there are other swordsmen in range, which I'm going to have to check what that means. I assume literally anyone with a sword. Increases the unit's damage by 5% with a cap of 20. And then critical slashes, every 5 hits, this unit has a 40% chance to deal 2 times crit damage. If this unit's hit to crit bonus successfully, increase range by 10% and reduces SPA by 10% for 15 seconds. So let's go ahead and start upgrading. So starts off with a cone, then goes full AoE, and then goes back to a cone. Interesting. Okay, so 296 million damage every 11 seconds. Does he gain anything else? No. Okay. So, interesting. There we go. His range went down and also his SPA went down. His range went up and his SPA went down. But then, you know, as this wave started, he gained it right back up. Okay. He seems pretty solid. He doesn't seem too bad. Definitely I really don't understand what's classifies as a swordsman, but I assume, like I said, literally anyone with a sword. Okay, so his damage actually jumped up, and I assume it's because of that swordsman ability. Would Sukuna also count as a swordsman? Okay, didn't think so. So looks like it's 309 million every 9.70 seconds. Again, fluctuating because of his passive. Okay. That looks a tiny bit better. He's how cheap is he? Okay, 4K, 7K, 14, 32, 44. Okay, so he's not too expensive to max out. And he's definitely not a unit that you're gonna keep like for the entirety of like your runs. But he's also not maybe I'm coping. I don't know. Maybe I'm coping. I think he's okay. I think he's pretty solid. Looks like she's the best one so far, in my opinion. But let's go ahead and check out the other modes of this guy, actually. Okay, so here we go. Let's go to his knife form. Oh my lord, what just happened? 47, 43. Oh, okay. Let's read. Change base stats damage to 1.3 million. I'm pretty sure. SPA to 3, 50% crit chance and 100% crit damage. After attacking the same enemy 20 times, guarantee crits and deals 50% additional 50% crit damage to enemies who were hit 20 times. And then set range to 43. What is going on? Okay, this looks like absolute buns. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, artificial phantasm. Spawn 5 clones of this unit with 10% chance of 10% of units damage and same knife mode passives for 100 seconds. Okay, okay, that's every for 100 seconds, and it has a 350 global cooldown. Low-key still looks like a bunch of buns, but you know what? Let's go ahead and check out the last mode. Okay, and we got the Berserk form. So, oh, baby, that's more like it. 414. Okay, let's start reading here. So, Berserk mode. Change base stats and damage to 12.5 million. Am I even saying that right? Yeah, 12. Yeah, okay. SPA 15, range 35, crit damage to 60%, and deals 40% more damage to enemy special types. Okay, and then upon activation, prevent enemies from entering the base for 35 seconds. That part is kind of buns, but 400 million every 11 seconds, a little bit on the higher side for the SPA, but hey, it's okay. Okay, and then now it tells you like immortal base. That's okay. That's cool. Yeah. Overall, the units they seem okay. I wouldn't listen to myself though. I just play the game. I don't know shit about like metas and stuff. But yeah, that was a video.